Hi everyone, Justin and Jody here of Jay's Haven. Welcome to our channel. And those not so peaceful sounds you hear back there are 6 ducks that I brought home last weekend. Kind of much to Justin's surprise, I told him the night before.
So I realized we had to have somewhere to put them because we don't have a whole lot of space, and the only building we have that's enclosed completely is the barn, which we've got a couple different things going on in here. We got guineas and cats, and so I had to build another room.
Another room.
Another room.
How you doing, guys?
You'll see we have a lot of little temporary rooms in this barn, trying to tame a wildcat in one and trying to tame some kittens and a mama. Well, they're tamed now.
They are tamed now.
Yeah, and we had to have a separate room for them, and Justin had to separate the guineas out.
I like to dumpster dive for materials so I don't have to buy it. So as you can see, it's all just kind of pieced together, but besides the 2x4s, I had to buy those because I'm not able to scrap full 2x4s for the most part. So bought 2x4s, bought a cheap door, and this I actually bought that. I couldn't make that, so it was pretty cheap. It's I don't know how big it is, 6x5 area, so plenty of room for them.
Yeah.
If you look at what the standards are.
Yeah.
But
And now they have new nest boxes too that are about 12 by 12 each. So
well, 15 by 15.
15 by 15.
Up,
What you doing, honey?
building something.
What you
Okay.
building?
What is it called? Nesting boxes for the ducks.
Because those little things that are in there right now were meant for some other kind of bird. They came with
Like a
the
chicken?
acreage.
Maybe.
Maybe. They seem even small for that. This will be nice. I'll like it.
Looked it up and it said anywhere from 12 to 18 inches, but they don't want it too big, so I kind of went in the middle and it filled the space, and that's what I had for material laying around. So that nesting box was free. Even the screws that I used to screw it together were free.
Recycle, reduce, reuse.
Except that that was
Except
rebate. The screws were rebates. But all the lumber, it's all scrap siding and soffit, and just made it work.
So we were planning to get ducks later in the summer, and I kind of sprung this on Justin because an opportunity came up. This gal was looking to rehome her ducks and thin out her flock. And right now, as messy as they are, I can't wait for the little cretins to go outside. Look at what you did with your water. And the whole floor is soaked. All your shavings are soaked. Look at this. Wet. And I'm gonna try and scoop that out later today. That should be interesting. Oh, you guys are kind of gross. Yeah, I think you're worse than chickens. And this is what their water looks like. Twice a day, 3 times a day.
We give them this little 3-gallon pail because they need to wash out their beaks and dunk their heads. It's healthy for them to do that. But yeah, what a mess.
So the ducks won't be allowed to free range quite in the same way that we let the chickens, unless we're right there supervising. And there's really good reasons for that.
We've got 4 female ducks and 2 drakes. And the drakes are really dangerous for the female chickens.
Right.
Because if they try to mate with them, then it could be deadly for a chicken.
Yeah. And we'll probably cover that in more detail in future videos. That is the reason that a lot of chicken owners choose not to have ducks at all, or choose to have only female ducks. We may want to hatch some of our own at some point, so we do have a couple drakes, but I do feel that we have a sufficient area for them to roam, and the plan is to have them help kind of keep the garden free of pests and slugs.
I think you should stay out here and plan the garden with me.
Yeah, plan it?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Well, you gotta think spring, honey.
Yeah. Snow's too deep.
Nah. But this is where the ducks are gonna go. We're gonna have a little building kind of toward the back of this little run that we've got set up here. And then, gotta use your imagination, folks. Pretend there isn't 2 to 3 feet of snow in there. This area in here, this is where the raspberry bushes are. And then we go over here. There's the grapevine. I don't even know how old that thing is. If I were to guess, about 70 years old. I talked to the lady that planted it years ago. It's pretty old. But this leads back to our garden area. And I think I mentioned before that we like to recycle things. We found all of these old panels, cattle panels and steel fence, things like that to use here. This is where we had our squash last year. Nice big garden for tomatoes and peppers and all of that. And the pump house. So this is where the ducks are going to get to roam. Because if memory serves, they don't do near the damage to a garden that a chicken can do. So I hope I'm right. But they're going to get to roam in here. This will all be connected, so they'll be safe. This area over here will have some netting over it so we can close them in. So a decent size area. They won't be roaming the entire acreage because again, we don't want them mingling with the chickens. At least the drakes we don't want mingling with the chickens. But a sufficient space here. Pretend you're seeing green grass and a little building and a little swimming pool, and this should work.
I'll introduce you here. I'm going to have Justin show you what types of ducks we have. They're pretty wild right now. They came from a situation where I think that they probably weren't handled very much.
Oh, come on, guys. Come on. I'm a nice person, really. Yeah. I don't know where you think you're gonna go. Crazy. Oh, fear. Oh my gosh. Hey. Hello. It's all right. We have a literal duck pile there.
let's take a look at what we have here.
Out of the corner. Making it better. Oh, want some hay? Or straw? Here. There. It should stay a little drier, I would think. I'm gonna go grab some more shavings too.
There's more in there. A little more shavings.
Much better.
There, that gives them a little more room too.
Yeah.
If they
Still
go
gonna
up there.
hide in the corner.
If they go up,
Yeah.
they're trusted.
We can put little steps on it if we need to. Oh,
Yeah, here.
that
are wet.
female.
Yes, I'm
She's
pretty
all
sure.
wet. Yep.
The
that's-
drake has the green head.
Yeah. This is a Cayuga. Yeah, very pretty. This was actually on my list of breeds that we'd like to have in the future. These guys are of laying age. That's why we chose to go ahead and do this at this time. So I'm a big fan of duck eggs. Justin is learning a little bit about duck eggs also. They're richer. They're full of protein.
Yeah, your next quiche will have to be duck eggs.
Duck eggs, yeah.
See how it
They're
goes.
very nice for baking. And it's kind of interesting because when you hear people talk about duck eggs, it seems like either they've never tried them before, or some people love them and some hate them. It seems like either or. I'm in the camp that I love them, so that is why we had to have some ducks. There.
I'm gonna set her on there and see what
They're
she
getting
does.
a little calmer.
Let's set her down on top of this little
Okay. Oh,
lid
it's
here.
okay,
and see what she
sweetie.
does. Alright, now this guy.
Oh, goodness. Now, I'm not sure if this is male or female here, but
These guys look the same, so
yeah,
it's hard
they
to tell the difference.
look almost exactly the same. These were on our list also. This is the Ancona or Ancona duck. So they're said to be very friendly. Again, these guys are pretty wild, but I think they'll come around as they kind of get to know us here. They haven't laid any eggs here yet. They've only been here a week. And I think that's because they've been very stressed out, first off, and we've been kind of getting things organized in here for them too. But we have noticed some changes. Have you noticed, Justin? There's some changes the last couple days that I think are encouraging.
Yes, before, if we even looked at them, they'd run high in the corner, and now they're starting to let us watch them from afar, but still watch them.
It's doing pretty good.
Tell
That
them.
night they've been eating a lot more, I've noticed. So I think that's a good sign. They were just kind of barely picking at their food the first few days, and now they're clearing out the bowl. Yeah.
So yeah, big plans for these guys here coming up in the summer, and a lot of stuff that we want to change and do, and that
Big plans for these guys, big plans for me.
yeah,
Build more crap.
stuff. Yep. I'm so lucky that Justin's able to do that. I keep telling him I would be able to do that, but he's just way better at it.
I'm no carpenter, but it works.
It
The
all
door's
works
open,
really
they
well.
shut.
Yep, and safe and secure. So we'll keep you posted how things go. I'm curious about your stories, if you've raised ducks, and if you've raised ducks and chickens together, and how that's gone for you. And again, we'll cover more of that in future videos. But if you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and feel free to subscribe to the channel.
Her water's almost gone already.
Already. Until next time.
Checking out the camera.
Right.
Yeah. It's gonna be okay, baby.
Don't
Gonna
hurt
be
yourself,
okay.
Don't hurt yourself.